This is the last round of a daily modern event. I'm playing for packs in this one. I'm going to go 3-1. I won the die roll, and I don't know what my opponent is playing. I have to apologize in advance. The replay has me at the top, but I'm going to play my hand down here, so I hope you can figure out that I'm up at the top and not at the bottom. So I don't know what my opponent is playing, but this hand has all my mana colors and has some interaction with mana leak and cryptic commands. So my opponent went down to 6 though, so that's something to note. I lead with Glacial Fortress because next turn I can play Mountain, and I have mana leak up, and if I play the Mountain, then the next turn my Sulphur Falls will be untapped. And if I played Sulphur Falls first, my Glacial Fortress would come into play tapped because I only have a mountain and not a plains or island. And then if I live with the mountain, the issue applies. My Glacial Fortress would come into play tapped if I don't draw a plains or mountain. So my opponent plays Shockland Deathrite, so that means he's either on Jund or could be Burn. And I got rewarded as I drew another Sulphur Falls with that, sequencing my lands. So he is not on Burn, he is on Jund. So I mana leak this because he's just gonna take it anyway, and I don't want to give him information on my hand. He could play around my Wrath effect, or he could leave up mana to stop my Snapcaster because he has a Deathrite in play. So I mana leak it. And he plays a Dark Confidant, which is unfortunate because I don't draw a way to kill it. So he's gonna get a card back out of this, and he's gonna unmulligan. He draws a Raging Ravine, or he gets a Raging Ravine off the Dark Confidant. And I play Snapcaster here because I need to kill this. I can't keep letting him draw cards. I have to let the card disadvantage go. He drew a card off this. I didn't get any value off this. So I have to kill it. Hope he doesn't have a removal spell, and he doesn't. But he has another Dark Confidant, which is pretty annoying. And I have no way to kill it. I could have bounced it there, but that really doesn't do anything for me. So I just let him draw the card. He reveals the Terminate. Now this time, I don't play the Snapcaster to block it, because I have a Hollow Burial. And I want to just Wrath him next turn. Hopefully I can draw an untapped White Source. And I get more value from my Wrath to place another creature. But an interesting thing to note, he had 3 mana available. He had this Blood Crypt, but he played it tapped, and he has these 2 other lands. So he could have played a Liliana, but I guess he doesn't have a Liliana. He could have a bunch of removal. Maybe he has some burn in his hand. So that's what he could have in his hand. He does not have a land to have Deathrite make mana. So he only had a. Oh, he had 4 mana. So he didn't know he played this. So he could have played a Chandra. So he doesn't have any forecasting cards in his hand. It's either removal, lands, or burn. So I drew a Johnny, which is not that good here. And I didn't draw my White Source, so I have to play my Colonnade and next turn Wrath. He draws our land off the Dark Confidant. And he plays Huntmaster, which is I have Pyroclasm, and this card's not good against Pyroclasm. So I get another creature to Wrath. It's pretty nice. Now here, I bounce his Raging Ravine because I don't want him to attack me with it next turn, and kind of need more action in my hand. You know, maybe another land or something else. But yeah, this sets him back on a tempo as well. I draw Electrolyzing Land, and I Wrath away his board. So you see, Pyroclasm would have been good there as well. So Pyroclasm is not that bad against Jund, especially if they're playing Huntmaster. And of course he has the Chandra. So see, this is where it comes up, like the Elspeth would have been pretty bad. Although Johnny's not the greatest tier either, but he's not like, he's a little bit better than Elspeth. So I have 6 mana. I could like Snapcaster Cryptic, bouncing the Chandra, but that doesn't do anything. I choose to play Johnny in hopes that I could just like burn Chandra once and maybe Electrolyze or Snapcaster burn, or set up a Snapcaster turn to kill her. So I'm hoping he has nothing. But he gets a lightning bolt off the Chandra, and he's able to bolt my Johnny twice. So he did have a bolt in his hand. Okay, so now I have a choice of like Snapcaster Cryptic, or like just hold up mana, or even attack with a Colonnade into the Chandra, but I'm not sure if it was correct to do what I'm doing. I'm going to double Electrolyze the Chandra, but he did not leave up Terminate mana, which we know we revealed from a Dark Confidant, so I could have attacked there, but I think I was hellbent on drawing some more lands. So I think one of the ways I'm going to win this is with a Revelation. And of course I don't draw on late. So he draws a Marsh Flats off the Chandra and then plays Liliana, and then he doesn't plus her. So we know his last card in hand is a Terminate, because he's not plussing the Liliana. So this board state looks pretty bad for me. He has 2 Planeswalkers and a Dark Confidant and a Raging Ravine. So I have Snapcaster, and I get to Electrolyze the Dark Confidant and kill the Chandra, which is pretty sweet value. Although, here to get value off this card. And I draw into Bolt, so I get to kill his Liliana, which is pretty funny. He chose not to plus the Liliana to get her out of bolt range. So now we're kind of at parity. I have some good cards in my hand, and I have a manland. He has manland, and he has Thoughtseize. He gets to take my Gideon. It's an interesting choice. I don't think Gideon's that good. He's playing Terminate, so like I don't think Gideon is that good against him. And we just play Drago. He's at 14, so it's gonna take 4 turns to kill him with the Colonnade. So I'd rather not. I'd rather just leave up Cryptic mana. And or I could also block the Raging Ravine with my Colonnade. And I just want to counter whatever he plays. Oh, and I'm not attacking with the Snapcaster because you can just activate Raging Ravine. And he draws the Treetop. So right here, I decide that I want to see what I'm gonna kill this card anyways. So I need to see what I draw. Um, I want to see what I draw with it before I make an action on this treetop. So I draw a colonnade, so I just bolt the treetop. And here we go. I draw a think twice late game. It's gonna help me out. It's kind of it's kind of good that I didn't draw any think twices early. We had some decent amount of pressure on me. And I draw another cryptic, and there we go. My revelation is gonna save me. Pull up a win for me. However, I drew into like a bunch of blanks. Like Malik's not good here. Pyroclasm's only gonna get a 1-for-1 because I'm not gonna wait for him to build up his board. And Shadow Out, he's got a lot of land, so getting this Misty isn't really that good. But I did gain 7 life, so that's helps me out here. He's a Thoughtseize and I snap counter it. So he still has this Terminate in his hand, right? Yeah, let's just pop out the graveyard. And I got a Tech Edge's Ravine. I'm still leaving up Cryptic, and I could beat down with Snapcaster since he can't block it with his Raging Ravine. Master's fine, I have Pyroclasm for it. And he wisely blocks, and then I kill the Huntmaster. So now I just need to close the game out. I can start attacking with Colonnade now since I have mana for multiple counters up. He has Terminate. I let it die because I have more Colonnades available. I drew Helix for his 3 toughness manlands. And I'm starting to close the game. I play that Shock untapped. I don't think it really mattered. And he conceded. So I have to figure out what I sideboarded for that game. So I don't like Shadowed Out. I don't really like Mana Leaks in this matchup because it goes pretty long and it gets dead really fast. I think I'm not sure if I cut the nodes or not, but I wanted to bring in. I think I wanted to bring in these. I wanted to bring in at least these 7, so I have to cut some cards here. I think I probably shaved, like, cut the nodes. Think twice. And maybe a cryptic command. I don't remember what I did. Maybe like a cryptic, because I wanted to go underneath him with the smiter. And we'll see you back for game 2.